everyone and welcome to today's video. So today's video is another TikTok made me do it video. So this is part one of the video. One of the things when I was scrolling actually through Facebook and Facebook news was that this new TikTok sensation of a Nutella iced coffee was just going crazy over in the UK. I went, Nutella iced coffee? Off to TikTok I went and searched it and found it. So it called for iced coffee, and I've had iced coffee at Starbucks, but I didn't know, is it hot coffee they poured over ice? Is that coffee that was in the fridge? What's iced coffee? Well, apparently it is not coffee that has been hot. I did my research and I found a website called liveatlearn.com, and I will link it in the description below, and it talks about how to make the best cold brew coffee. So to start, that's what we're going to do. Today we're going to make a cold brew coffee concentrate. So let's get started. I will link this link in the description below, but it talks about how to make the best cold brew coffee. So we're going to read the instructions, then we're going to do it. So making cold brew isn't a difficult process. When broken down into steps, it actually only requires 3 parts. Here's how it's done. Step 1, steep the coffee in a large pitcher or jar. Combine ground coffee and water. Let's sit in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. And according to her recipe, it says you'll be using 1 cup of ground coffee to 3 cups of cold water. Now, right here, I have a bag of Starbucks beans. It is the 50th anniversary blend, so we's getting fancy over here. We bought it at a local Starbucks, and we bought it in bean form because for Christmas, Sam wanted a coffee grinder so that he could make fresh coffee in his French press. So I'm going to use the grinder and beans, and we're going to make fresh ground coffee for this. So it says that it makes a concentrate, and you're able to get 5 to 6 cups of cold brew from 1 cup of ground coffee because you mix it with water. So back to the steps. Steep the coffee in a large pitcher or jar, combine ground coffee and water. Let it sit in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. Strain the concentrate. Next, strain the coffee concentrate through a towel-lined mesh sieve or use a French press. Add flavoring and serve. Fill a glass partially with water and top it off with water. She uses 1/4 coffee and 1/4 water, but the ratio is up to your preference. Top with cream, milk, or simple syrup to taste. And you can pour through a cloth versus the French press, which is probably what I'm going to do because I have some coffee filters left over from our old coffee pot that are just in the cabinet. So we're going to use those. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to make the coffee. So let's get going, guys. We have made our concentrate. It is here. I kind of shook it up, and yeah, some of the ground stuck to the side. Don't shake it up. That's my suggestion for you. All right, so I'm going to go put this in the fridge, and it's supposed to steep for 12 to 24 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and let it steep for 24 hours. I want it to be as strong and as potent as it possibly can. I really do like a good strong coffee. So I will let you know. Well, I guess we'll just be back when it's time to go on to the next part of the process. All right, so it's the next day, and here is my coffee concentrate that we've had in the refrigerator. All right, so it says to strain it, and you can use a coffee filter. So this goes. The funny thing is I had to go buy coffee filters to do this project because we have a Keurig. I don't have a coffee pot anymore. So what I've got is I've got a Starbucks reusable cup, and I have sat the filter down inside of it, and I'll be able to hold on to it good that way. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pour this in. Hopefully. All right. Hold of it, and we're going to pour. That didn't work so well. Okay. Throw that one away. I will say it smells really good. So that's a positive. All right. I'm going to try 2 of these. And I'm going to try it a little differently. I've got my fingers spread across the top so it holds it in multiple spots, which seems to be working a lot better. Okay, so now I'm letting it kind of drain through the filter. Again, I moved my finger. This is not an easy process. Okay, I'm going to figure this out and we'll be right back. This is not worth the effort. It does not strain well through the coffee filter. Just saying. So I've got the coffee filter in my hand, and it's like slowly dripping into this cup. I mean, do I squeeze it? Oh, okay. Hold on. That's just messy. I'm thinking no. I mean, it worked, but now I'm covered in coffee, and that's not a whole lot. I've got this much left to go. I'm going to research this. I have a solution. Sam has a French press, as you can tell. Tag's still on it from Christmas. We're going to attempt to strain it through the French press. I'm going to shake this up so it's not all down at the bottom. I still have this little bit in my cup over here from earlier. I'm going to leave the lid on. I'm going to open it like this. Pour it in on here. And press down. See if this works. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. Okay. Little side hint. When you know something's brand new, check for the booklet and thing before you use it. So, just a good little hint here. Alright, try this again. But I know this works. Okay. Put the cap on that. Put the lid on here. And plunge. Okay. Do it again. Sometimes the first way that you read of how to do something is not the way that's going to work best. This is really easy to get the coffee separated from the grounds. And then all I have to do is clean this. I'm not trying to hold anything other than the plunger. And it's working so much better. So much better. Okay. I've almost got it all done. At first I'm going, okay, this is totally not worth it. I'd rather just buy it at the store, like in the cold section. Okay. Look at all the grounds that I'm trying not to get in the coffee. Grab something and clean it off. Got tissue. And then I just dumped it on me. Okay, this is not a clean project. Not a clean project at all. Okay. It's on my desk. It's on me. Okay, so we are kind of cleaned up a little bit. I rinsed out the container. I also rinsed off the plunger portion. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pour this back into the container, because I'm pretty sure that there was some grounds and stuff that, yep, you can kind of see them in the bottom here. So I'm going to go rinse this out, and then we're going to do it again just to make sure that all of the grounds are gone. You can see that all of that got me this much coffee. Okay, so I've got this rinsed out. So we're going to do this again. Put my piece in here. Make sure I've got all my coffee here. Pour what was in this Harry Potter cup over here. Since I've never made this before, I really didn't know how this was going to work, guys. So, I mean, the fact that, you know, it kind of worked the first, like, and I had an option, I'm really happy about that. Alright, so I'm plunging the plunger for a second time. And then we'll see. Oh, I've got a little bit of grounds. Not a whole lot. I didn't expect there to be a ton. But I figure since I knew that some had gotten through, I did want to make sure that I got as much of it out as I could. Okay, so plunger number 2. I know this is a Starbucks coffee, but the smell of it actually reminds me of a coffee that I've had before that's not from Starbucks. Alright. Alright, one last plunge. Alright. Bring it out. Alright, I don't know if you can see it too well, but there is some stuff there. Some bigger chunks of coffee and some smaller ones. So we're just going to set that to the side. And so that is part 1 of the iced coffee. We made the iced coffee portion. So this is what they call an iced coffee concentrate. They do say to mix this because it is strong. But to me it doesn't smell horribly strong. That could just because I make my coffee stronger. I don't know. You know what? Hadn't made any coffee yet this morning. Let's do a teeny taste test. I don't have much in there. Also don't want to dump it all over anybody or anything. You can see I do have some in there. To me, it's not that strong. I suppose if you wanted a stronger coffee, you could add in more grounds. I also decided it's about 11 o'clock. So it's about 3 hours behind, you know, pre-24 hours. So it's past the 12, but before the 24. So if you wanted a stronger coffee, you could probably let it set longer. You could probably add more grounds. I definitely will be experimenting with this, especially since I know I can put it through the French press and get all the grounds out. That was much simpler than the coffee filter method. So just an FYI for you, learn from my mistakes, don't make them on your own. All right, so that is it for today's video. TikTok made me do it, y'all. TikTok made me make iced coffee. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.